Hello, my naillistas. Konnichiwa. Hola. Bon dia. How are you guys doing? I am going to demo a couple things for you today. It is Valentine's week, so I have to put on my Valentine's set because love is in the air. And I'm going to also show you a couple tips and hacks around nail repair, some of the products that I like to use, as well as how to do your nails and your toes with one set and still have some signature or accent nails left over. So come with me and we are going to demo. So I'm going to come out of view of the camera because you don't actually need to see me. Okay. And you're going to see my nails, and the set that I am putting on today is called It's a Keeper. It's one of our Valentine sets. Okay. So I have already separated my nail strips here just for speed and efficiency. I also already have on my base coat that I prefer for my strengthener. I get this from Sally's Beauty. I like it. It's worked for my nails for a number of months. And I also want to show you how I tragically broke both of my thumbnails with a lot of activity. And on one of the Stylist Survivor videos, I actually learned this hack here. So my nail is cracked in this area, which could lead to pain and tragedy. So we want to avoid that. So what you do is after you clean and prep your nail, of course, you can use a tea bag. So you can empty a tea bag. This one is actually a loose leaf tea bag. And I just took and I cut off a little slither here. And you take nail glue, okay? And I put the nail glue onto the nail. And then I put the slither of the tea bag on top of the cut, the damage to my nail, okay? And then I put some more glue on top, and I used a stick just to smooth it out. Now, if you have to do one of these repairs, it is recommended that you cover it up with glitter, because glitter, of course, you will not see the repair under the nail, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so I've already gotten pretty much ready. Remember always to prep your nails with the alcohol swab that's included in your Color Street nail pack. Okay, I've already washed my hands. I've already done my little mini manicure as best that I could. I'm not a professional. I just like nice nails. Okay. All right. And so what you want to do when you open your set is you want to get familiar with which ones actually fit your nails. So the larger two, I know that this one does not fit my thumb, but it fits my toe. So this is how you get one set of nails that you can actually use for your nails and your toes at the same time. So here we go. This one's going to go for my big toe, but I'm pretty sure that this one here fits my thumb. So before you take the actual nail out, what you want to do is measure it against your thumb and see if it actually fits. It does. Now my thumb is a little bit wide. Everybody's nail bed is different shapes and sizes. And so I'm also going to show you how you actually, what we call stretching, but I don't like to call it stretch because stretch gives the idea that you're stretching it. And if you stretch it, you're going to tear it. So I like to call it massaging. I always keep this tab so that I can preserve the nail strip when I get ready to use it on my toes. So once you have the nail strip in your hand, you can take the tab off or keep it. It sticks to your finger, so I adhere it to the plastic cover protector. Okay. One side of the nail is always wider than the other, and I know that this side is better for my nail. And so if you can see what I'm doing, I'm actually massaging it, and based on the heat from my finger, it's causing it to stretch. Okay, so maybe you can see that it's a little bit wider than it was before, and this is going to help it to reach my edge. It's okay to touch all over the nail strip. You won't damage it as long as you're gentle. Okay, and what I always recommend is that you actually start from the bottom near the cuticle, measure the sides, okay, and then start to adhere like this, smoothing it out from the cuticle, from the sides to the tip in all directions, okay. And I actually just learned that it's acceptable in the industry to have a little bit of space around your cuticle. So if it doesn't bother you, then hey, go with it. Okay, so smooth it really well. And your Color Street how to apply video is going to show you how to take the nail file and actually file this off. Okay, but since I'm going to be doing my toes with it and preserving it, and usually I prefer the finger method. So if you can see what I'm doing, you take your other finger, okay, and you just perforate the nail by sticking your finger under your nail carefully, because remember, we're going to use this part, so we don't want to crinkle it up and wrinkle it up. And it's pretty much perforated. And I just take it off, and I get the glossy side, not the smooth matted side. That will ruin the nail, okay? And I adhere it back. And as you adhere it back, just make sure that you smooth it out completely. It's not hanging over the edge, okay? Because we're going to use that in just a moment. And I am in a room with a very moderate temperature, and so that is very important. You don't want air blowing or the temperature to be extreme, okay? So this is one of the nails that I broke, so I actually don't even have a nail here. Okay, so normally what you do is you take your file and you file downward to remove the excess and to smooth it out, and then you can go across. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, so you see how I stretched it all the way to the edge. It's a little bit of cuticle left here. I did that intentionally. It's okay for me. Okay, all right, so now I'm just going to continue to do all of my other nails. Okay, and I wanted to show you the thumb first because that's the one that I usually have to stretch. Now I know that this smaller one does not fit my pinky, but it does fit my pinky toe. Okay, so I'm going to test this one out here. Okay, that's the smaller side. This is the wider side. Okay, so I prefer the wider side. It's going to give me more reach. And you see that my design just changed with It's a Keeper. So I'm going to remove the plastic tab, take off my nail, keep that portion, carefully remove the tab, discard the trash. The wider side, I don't need to stretch it, and I'm just going to take it and adhere it to my nail. Again, just checking to see if I got it centered, and I don't. Okay, there we go. And smoothing from the cuticle. Again, taking the finger method, perforating it under the nail, and and it is removed. And then I adhere it back. Smooth, glossy side, not the matted side. Okay. I'm just checking. Smoothing. You're not going to hurt it by applying the pressure. The pressure is actually good. And you want to smooth it all the way to both sides and all the way to the tip. File down. You saw that excess fall off? You can barely see it with the visible eye, but it's there. There you go. I can usually do my nails within 15 minutes. I can do my toes within 10. And I'm getting a little bit of dust on my fingers, so I'm just going to use my alcohol swab to get that off. Okay, I'm going to stretch this one just a little bit. And again, by stretch, you're not pulling, because if you pull, you're going to tear. If you tear it, which most people do their first time stretching, just turn the nail over and use the opposite end. Uh-oh, there's a piece of lint, invariably. Okay. Here we go. It is centered. Oh wow, that just came right off. Here we go. Tucking. There we go. Okay. And this nail of mine is oddly shaped. So by stretching, I actually get full coverage. This one doesn't want to come off my finger. I got you. Okay, here we go so far. Definitely need the wider edge and a little bit of stretching on this one. Maybe not. This one's actually a key because it's a keeper. I'm a keeper. There we go. All right. And now I'm going to do this hand, but I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to be back. Okay. So remember I told you how you can use your 16 set to do multiple and have some left over? Well, I'm going to show you. So remember this pinky, because my nails are short and not very long, look at the excess that I have. So my pinkies are the same size, so that helps. So I'm actually going to use my excess on my other pinky. And that way I have this whole one left over for accent nail later, or for my feet, or for my friend that I'm also doing nails at the same time. And because this was the shorter side, or excuse me, the thinner side of the nail, I'm actually going to stretch it just a little bit. Okay. And start at the cuticle. Before you completely adhere it, make sure it is centered. Okay. And then adhere. So look at that. And I wasn't completely centered, so I'm a little bit over my cuticle, which is okay because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So you see how much excess I actually have left. So that's how you make your dollar stretch. Now, because I don't have much of a thumbnail, I'm probably going to mess up this thumb, but I'm going to show you how to repair it because this glitter is easy to repair. This glitter, you don't see the flaws. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can see that, but I am hanging over my cuticle just a little bit. So I'm going to smooth it all the way to the edge, and I'm going to push my cuticle back. And then all you do is you take your finger and you just trim line your cuticle, and that gets the excess off. There you go. Okay. Also, if you have more petite nails, but you're not using a petite pack, or any time it's hanging over your cuticle, that is how you actually do it. So if I had been thinking, probably what I would have recommended, because I actually have no nail here and I'm using this as my primary shaping and cutting nail. I probably should have done this one last. I'm gonna mess it up, but that's okay, because remember, I have so much excess that I can actually repair it with. All right. Okay. So I'm going to continue, and I'm going to pause. Okay. I've already done my other 4 fingers. Remember this nail that I had to repair? It had a severe break, and I showed you earlier how to repair that. I'm about to cover it with It's a Keeper, a glitter design. I am stretching my thumbnail, gently massaging, applying pressure, heat from my finger, stretches it, don't pull it because you'll tear it. If you tear it, use the other edge, the other end rather. Okay, I'm gonna stretch just a little bit more. This nail is really wide. Okay, you see how much I stretched? Okay, all right. Start from the cuticle before you fully apply. Make sure it's centered. Okay, I could actually stretch just a little bit more to the side. My nail is so wide. Now I want to cover the tear as much as possible. Okay. So here we go. Wow. The tear is completely covered. And you can barely tell. Of course, I can tell. But I guarantee you, no one looking at my nails will be able to tell. I'm going to keep this because I'm going to do my toes. Look at that. Okay, I need to file the excess. File down. And then file across. Make sure you don't file on top of the nail. File straight down. There we go. See where I had that tear? Completely covered by the glitter. Okay. Now I also told you I was going to show you how I messed up this finger because I don't have a nail and I was using it for my trimming nail with the nail method. Okay. So it's a little bit of the polish is chipped away here at the edge. No issue. Next time I will actually do this nail last. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these leftovers. I'm just going to pinch off just a little bit. Okay, I pinched off just a little bit and I'm gonna patch it up. This is how you patch your mistakes. Okay, I just stuck it right on. And I'm gonna file down the excess because I have absolutely no nail here because of a severe break. I've had a lot of activity and moving around, moving boxes, clearing my garage. There you go. Repaired. Okay. All right. So now that was It's a Keeper. Okay. And we've done both sets of nails. Quite marvelously, I might add. Okay. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video, but tune in to the next video where I'm going to show you how to use the excess that I had left over on my toes. Thank you.